It was an ordinary Tuesday afternoon when everything in Jason's life changed forever. Jason, a dedicated manager at a mid-sized tech firm, had taken a rare moment for himself. Work had been relentless, deadlines looming, pressure mounting, and he felt as if he hadn't truly breathed in weeks. On a sudden impulse, he decided to take a longer lunch break than usual. Little did he know that this simple choice would unravel his entire world. Jason had always been a creature of habit. Every day he ate lunch at the same deli near his office. But today, nostalgia tugged at him, and he drove across town to a quaint little cafe he and his wife Amanda used to visit during their dating days. It had been years since their last visit, but the familiar warmth called him back. As he stepped inside, the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee and baked goods greeted him, bringing a faint smile to his weary face. He settled into a quiet corner by the window, ordered a sandwich, and pulled out his phone to catch up on emails. The gentle murmur of conversations buzzed softly around him. Glancing out the window, Jason felt a rare moment of calm as the world passed by. Then he saw her. At first, he thought his eyes were deceiving him. Amanda was supposed to be at work miles away. Yet there she was, walking hand in hand with another man, laughing in a way Jason hadn't heard in years. They stopped. Just outside the cafe, their faces close in an intimate exchange that sent a cold chill down his spine. Jason's heart pounded. He was frozen, unable to move or think clearly. He watched as Amanda and the man entered a boutique across the street. For a moment, Jason considered ignoring it. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. But the gnawing suspicion refused to let him rest. Driven by a mixture of dread and curiosity, Jason decided to follow them. He paid for his meal and stepped into the crisp afternoon air, his mind racing with questions. Who was this man? What was Amanda doing with him? And why here? Maintaining a careful distance, Jason trailed them through the boutique. He observed Amanda trying on a few items, modeling them for the man, who nodded approvingly. They appeared, like a couple deeply in love, oblivious to the world around them. Jason's chest tightened with every second. After what felt like an eternity, they left the boutique and headed toward a nearby hotel. Jason's stomach churned as they entered without a glance back. He stood on the sidewalk, stunned by the painful reality. His wife was having an affair. And he had stumbled upon it during what was supposed to be a simple lunch break. His mind spiraled. Anger, betrayal, sadness, confusion. Yet amid the chaos, one thing was clear. He needed to confront Amanda. But not now. Not here. He needed a plan. That evening, Jason returned home, heavy-hearted. Amanda greeted him with a warm smile and a kiss on the cheek, as if nothing was wrong. The surreal normalcy felt like stepping into a parallel universe where the truth lurked just beneath the surface. "How was your day?" she asked cheerfully. Jason forced a smile, his mind screaming with unasked questions. "Fine," he replied, evenly. Busy as usual, they ate dinner and exchanged small talk. Amanda seemed perfectly at ease, and Jason marveled at her calmness, wondering how she could act so normally after what he'd witnessed. Days passed, and Jason wavered between confronting Amanda and collecting evidence. He chose patience, watching for signs. His instincts proved right. Late nights, secretive phone calls, unexplained trips, all pointed to something deeper. Jason hired a private investigator to follow Amanda, desperate for undeniable proof. The wait was agonizing. When the report arrived, it confirmed his worst fears. Photographs, timestamps, detailed notes chronicled Amanda's months-long affair with a man named David. They had shared stolen moments and secret getaways. Jason spent a sleepless night poring over the evidence, emotions a turbulent storm. The life he thought he knew had been a lie. The woman he loved, unfaithful. But through the pain came clarity. He knew what had to be done. The next morning, Jason sat Amanda down at the kitchen table, exhaustion and sorrow etched on his face. "Amanda, we need to talk," he said, steady but heavy. Concern flickered in her eyes. "What's wrong?" Jason slid the investigator's report across the table. "This." Amanda's face drained of color. Her hands trembled as she took in the contents. Tears welled in her eyes. "Jason, I can explain," she stammered. He raised a hand. "Don't. I've seen enough. I just want to know why." Her shoulders slumped. She looked down. "I don't know. I never meant to hurt you. It just happened." Jason's heart ached at her words, but he remained firm. "I trusted you. We built a life together. How could you throw it all away?" Tears streamed as Amanda struggled for words, but silence filled the room. The days after blurred together. Jason moved out, unable to stay in a house-turned-prison of broken dreams. He filed for divorce, accepting that the trust between them was shattered beyond repair. Amanda reached out repeatedly, begging for forgiveness. But Jason knew it was over. The love they once shared had been tainted, irreparable. Gradually, Jason began rebuilding his life. He focused on work, leaned on friends and family, and rediscovered himself through new hobbies and adventures. One afternoon, while walking through the park, Jason saw a family playing together, children laughing, parents smiling warmly. A flicker of hope stirred inside him. For the first time in months, Jason allowed himself to believe life could go on. That one day, he could find happiness again, and with that hope, Jason took his first step toward a new beginning, leaving the past behind and embracing whatever the future might hold. Jason's journey was one of heartbreak and betrayal, but also of resilience and rediscovery. He faced his darkest moments and emerged stronger, ready to find his path to happiness once more.